I wanted to make a video about culture, and the reason is that ever since that I've been back in the United States right now for about 8 months, and I haven't been traveling or going to any other countries the way that I was going across Southeast Asia and doing a whole worldwide trek, going through South America and going to Colombia and going to Europe as well. My entire last year, well, a lot of last year was spent traveling right before the pandemic happened. And I made a video on this channel where I said that you really have to seize the opportunities that are presented to you in life, because you never know when something can happen. Maybe you become incapacitated, maybe you have a family member that you have to take care of, or for whatever reason, you lose your job and all of a sudden you have to find more income and now you can't really travel in the way that you used to be able to, right? So there are always events that are happening in life that are preventing us from doing the stuff that we want to do. And every so often there's like a window of opportunity, right? Where you can actually do something that you've always wanted to do your entire life. And for me, that was traveling the world and being able to go to different countries and getting to know the culture as you go from country to country and have experiences, to have connections and to meet people and to really get a sense of what the world is actually like. Because when I was growing up, so much of my conception of the world was the movies that I saw. You see a movie that's based in Bangkok and you're like, so that's how it is, right? But then you actually go there, like the Hangover movie, something like that. You actually go there and you see what it's like. Or you go to in Cambodia, Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie, the old school Tomb Raider. That was set in Cambodia, and you can sort of see this culture through that lens, right? But then when you actually go there yourself, you get to experience it firsthand. When you're growing up as a child, so much of your understanding of the world comes from the movies that you've seen, from the books that you've read about, from what people say about how Colombia is, or how this other country is, or what Spain is like, right? And a lot of the times, it's really just the destinations that we see on Instagram, the destinations that we see on Facebook. These are the things that we spend our days thinking about. Wouldn't it be amazing to be able to go to Bali? Have you ever been to Bali? No. What do we know about Bali? We only know like in Indonesia maybe, and it's maybe very green there, and some of the stuff that we've seen from Instagram photos, right? Or I think it's Mykonos, I'm probably mispronouncing that. All these different like hot spots that we see. And so much when you're getting older is reconciling this vision that you have of the world with what actually happens in the day-to-day life of people that are living across the globe, right? So it's so important to seize windows of opportunities when they present themselves. Maybe that window of opportunity for you could be you now have enough money to be able to start a business. Maybe that window of opportunity is you actually have the freedom and you're not dating anyone and you can actually take a trip around the world and go backpacking and you're not too old yet to have really high expectations of ritzy accommodations, right? And you can actually go to a hostel and you can meet people and you can travel and you can do backpacking, right? So there are all these different windows of opportunities in life that I have tried my best to see. So I got a new tattoo recently. As you can see, I got a skull and a rose. There's another rose, gotta get colored up here. And I wanna have one that says Memento Mori right here. And or I was thinking maybe Carpe Diem, but Memento Mori sounds a little bit cooler, which is just a reminder of the fact that you're always going to die. At some point in your life, you're gonna die, and you don't know when that's gonna be. You don't know if you're gonna maybe come down with diabetes or hypertension or cancer or a bunch of horrible stuff. I'm not trying to send your mind down a chute where you're just thinking of negative things in life, right? I'm just being realistic, is that we don't know how much time we have on this planet. You could get hit by a car tomorrow, go into a coma, and be in a coma for 20 years, right? There's no knowing what's really coming around the next bend when it comes to life, which is why we have to be so grateful for what we have. But also, it's the reasons why that when we are presented with an opportunity to do something, that we have to seize it, that we have to sink our teeth into it, and we really have to give it our all. So for me, that was traveling, right? I'm so glad that I did that at the beginning of this year, because had I not, I'd be kicking myself being like, man, I had the opportunity to travel and now this whole pandemic is going on. And I would be so frustrated with myself, right? And I'd be feeling so antsy. But because I traveled and I got to have all these great experiences, I almost feel like, you know what? I did that. And like, I'm happy with that. And while I can't be traveling at the moment and doing cool stuff, I can rest assured I can always watch these incredible videos I've made, these memories that I have, the writing that I've done in my journal, and I can be taken back to that point in time with traveling.